Hello everyone, welcome to your lecture on changing scenario in gender stereotyping in media content. This lecture is a part of your paper on gender, media and society. This lecture will help you understand how media content is adapting the changes in gender stereotyping. It is a question of no doubt that the presence of a good media is a positive indication for good changes in society. The media survives and put on impact on society when it changes and reflects the society according to time. Any society's value pattern gets reflected through the content of media. Society's present ongoing attitude gets acknowledged via the ways issues dealing with females are conducted by the media. Media can perform as both an offender and as an advocate. Either media can strengthen the discrimination based on gender by depicting sensational copies of women, or it can contribute balanced broadcasting by depicting women that advocates women at the same time divulging deeds of gender bias. Determining the media's role in women empowerment, the NCW, that is National Commission for Women, and other associations are aiming hard to boost the position of women in India through different mass communication forms. When most of the critics put media on negative shades on gender portrayal and stereotyping, there are alternatives or new developments happening in the field of mass media. There are clear indications that gender portrayal and stereotyping is changing in contemporary media scenario. Still a long way to go. The following can be considered as the key reasons of the change. The changes in gender roles in society, liberation of media content in new media, popularity of social media, influence of various women empowerment and feminist movement on media content, participation of women in media production and control process, changes in social mentality and audience, social system and media content. We will begin by learning about social system and media content. According to World Bank collection of development indicators, the women population in India is nearly 50% in last 5 years. This indicates the changes happening in social system and culture. Earlier, there were many atrocities against women in various forms and stages. With imparting of proper education and awareness, the social system started changing. There is a gradual increase in women empowerment in various places. Earlier, the maximum share of women employment was in the field of agriculture, but now it is growing in other fields also. This change also reflects on gender roles in society. John Money in 1955 coined the term gender role initially. In a study course of intersex individuals to elucidate the context upon how these individuals articulated their position as a man or woman in circumstances where no specific biological task existed. The adjustability and advancement that are being possible in gender roles at present times as its basis in the conversing social structure. Economic aspects altered, appraised framework and advancement in science have countered to the tendency for diminutive family in this regard and disposing of the joint family idea. However, the rural culture will require a longer time period to experience a significant change under this exclusive condition. The changeability in parts of gender orientation should be brought to the level where at the end of the idea of specific gender part is disposed. The alterations of role of gender provided women similar favorable circumstances in every area where man was already present. This alteration was highlighted in media content. There are many films and television shows which portray gender roles in politically and social correct orders. When we talk about gender roles in media, the concentration goes on to women under roles since the media is seen as male dominated by major theoretical frameworks and classical media theoreticians like Ross in 2013. Media content and new media. Now, let us understand media content and new media. The popularity of new media and its involvement in communication process also change the way media content is produced. The political and social participation post new media changed the equation of mass communication. The online space gave equal opportunities for men, women, and transgender on online media. The media content from online writers and citizen journalists are also liberating the idea on gender and negotiating stereotyping. The nature of online media, which is immersive and offers benefits of transmedia and multimedia storytelling, provides immense opportunities in creating media content with meaningful gender portrayal. The media content in online media are in the forms of article, photo essays, GIFs based stories, video, animation, reality contents. These kind of contents are not only worth with qualitative content but also high with culture, production and aesthetic values. Social media and content. As we discussed earlier, social media is a game-changing element in new media and digitalized media environment. The Web 2.0, which is known for interactive and live communication platform, provides immense possibility and opportunity for creating media content which neglects stereotyping. There are various social media pages and campaigns which are working and producing online content for gender neutral and equality. The social media pages like The Viral Fever, Being Indian, East India Comedy, Should They See Endings, Mostly Sane, etc. are very few Indian social media pages which create meaningful contents. In global level, there are many more platforms. These platforms are available in multiple channels of social media, which ensures the equal participation, production, distribution, and curation of the content. The feedback and effect mechanism in social media is also considered important and vital in making media content free from any kind of stereotyping of gender, according to Ramasubramaniam and Oliver in 2007. On other hand, social media is also seen harmful so that the contents are misused for brand and corporate promotion. As the four social media corners, social entertainment, social commerce, social publishing, and social community, it is important to understand that where does the media content is placed in social media. There are various campaigns on social media which created hype and popularity, but at the end of the day found ineffective or failed in terms of quality. In digital world, it is sure that each minute user spends on internet and each click will help a brand to do their business. The important aspects of social media to bring change, as scholars sees it, that it provides voice to voiceless. In a piece of writing on how feminist movement is changed by social media, Nisha Chittal advocates that social media can provide the otherwise voiceless individual a voice. It lifts up the opinion of an individual holding an account in Twitter to a national news, irrespective of the location of the person or the kind of resources they possess or affiliated groups they are associated with. Feminist influence in media content. Let us now understand the feminist influence in social media content. The directly and indirectly involvement of activists, scholars, writers, social commentators catalyzed various feminist and women empowerment movements which resulted in changes in media content. In the international and national level, various celebrities came forward to speak against gender stereotyping and also ensured that enacted or produced true gender portrayal on screen or media content. Emma Watson, Radhika Apte are good two examples from global and Indian level. Feminism as movement in first wave feminism, which was in early 19th and 20th century, feminism of second wave, which began during 1960s and ran through 1980s, third wave feminism and later movements which started beginning in early 90s and continues into the present, which influenced from early one like Cybergate had immense influence of media content. They demanded change in media casting and also advocates for politically correct media content. They created women-oriented media text from their own publications. These happen in every stage of feminist movement. The social media also found a good place for feminism. Hashtag movements like hashtag #SAllWomen, hashtag #WhyIStay, hashtag Bring Back Our Girls, hashtag Change the Ratio, hashtag #WhyState, hashtag He for She, hashtag Ask Her More were also become popular after 2014. Even though we studied social media is changing equations of gender portrayal, Chittal in 2015 argues the social media activism alone won't stole the world problems, but calls social media and its content as new wave for feminism, and its most powerful weapon is hashtag. Measures against gender stereotyping. We will now learn about the possible measures against gender stereotyping. At global and national levels, there are many efforts taken by government and other bodies to control media content. It is very important to make media content gender neutral, since these media texts will become cultural and political reference which will influence mass audience. The effect and reach of mass media as a communication media was very well aware to all, so it is also important to control. The gender stereotype was equally affected on women, men and transgender, but it became serious problem with women and transgender as the huge percentage of media content were owned, made and consumed by male population. The stereotype media content consumed by men with their mindset developed from the text created dangerous situations which even led to humiliation and violence against women. In the Indian context, the report of Joshi Committee made the Doordarshan, the broadcasting channel of India, more lively and effective in terms of upholding the empowerment of women and equality of gender. Certain guidelines were passed by the Joshi Committee report to Doordarshan, such as improving the condition of women's image and status through proper depiction of such programs. The report furnished clear instructions that concerned with the depiction of female on television in a positive manner and introducing a system to monitor the proper implementation of these guidelines. It also highlighted upon the redefinition of image and promotion of the male ideal as the one who is caring and willing to share household errands, contraceptive responsibility and child care. The report also emphasized upon the need for orientation courses for all the policy makers of Doordarshan, programming and production staff, so that they are sensitized to the issue of this society with particular reference to the issues of women and their implications in the society. It stressed upon the careful examination of all advertisements shown on television to ensure that they do not portray women in derogatory and stereotyped ways. The report further issued upon the need for a weekly program on viewers' view in which the audience, critics, commentators, women organizations are called upon to analyze and evaluate the weekly programs. It also emphasized upon the involvement of Mahila Mandal in the installation of community television sets for community viewing in rural areas. United Nations Human Rights Office of the High Commissioner developed an international framework of human rights laws that concerns with issues of stereotyping and gender stereotypes, which harms the acknowledged fundamental freedom and rights of humans. The CEDAW, that is the Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women, was established to check and arrange guidelines. In the article of CEDAW, it states that necessary steps will be taken by the state parties to alter the cultural and social motives of behavior of women and men with an objective to achieve an removal of customs and discrimination and every other procedure that are established upon the idea of the superiority or inferiority of either male or female on the role stereotyped for them. Treaties of other human rights also want the parties of the state to highlight hurtful stereotypes and the stereotyping practices. For instance, CRPD, that is the Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, also included in Article 8(1)(b), requires state to stereotyping and stereotyping containing amalgamated stereotyping and stereotypes positioned on disabilities and gender. Summing up with this lecture, we learnt that status of women in the media is bleak as ever. Little progress has been made. While it has improved from what it used to be 5 decades ago, not much progress has been made in the last 2 decades. Although the media isn't yet representing either gender void of stereotypes, a societal change will bring about a change in the media. Hope you enjoyed the lecture. For more details, please read the e-text of this lecture properly and attempt the questions in the end. Thank you.